I'm so excited about today's tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to do a very beautiful kind of side swept curl look. A lot of you have asked about how you do this, and I think it's because it's a really nice look for holiday parties. With that right around the corner, everyone's thinking, what am I going to do for Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's and all these events I have to go to. And it's always nice to get your hair done in the salon, but what if you could make a very salon-worthy, beautiful curled style at home on your own? I'm going to show you how to do this. It's a look that was created by the Sebastian professional team, and I'm going to kind of tweak it a little bit to make it so that you can do it at home on your own hair today. We're using some of my favorite products. We're going to start with the Thickefy foam from Sebastian and use the Trilliant spray, and then kind of finish it off with the Microweb fiber. But we're also going to do a really nice blowout, use hot rollers, which is exciting because we haven't used those yet in this series, and then you're going to end up with a very pretty, very almost romantic kind of glamorous look. It's not hard. There's absolutely no reason that you cannot do this, especially if you've done the blowout video, especially if you have a basic idea of how to use curls, and most, of course, if you're using the right products. This is not hard. This might take you a little bit longer than the other tutorials, but I'm very excited about it, so let's get to it. Okay, so first we start with our Sebastian Professional Trilliant spray. Again, this is like a thermal protectant. It also has a little bit of a sparkle complex in it, so it makes your hair nice and shiny. And then I'm just gonna do like a rough blow dry just to kind of get any extra moisture out of the head after I jumped out of the shower. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is take the Sebastian Professional Thickefy foam. This is a really nice weightless thickener. It works really well if you have fine hair, and although I don't have fine hair, I love using it for styles like this because it makes your hair feel nice and thick and adds kind of an extra layer and helps with volume. But if you do have fine hair and you're looking for a really nice styling product, the Thickefy foam would help you get a lot of volume. So just take a decent amount and kind of rub it through all the way from your roots to the ends of your hair. And then, of course, take your wet brush and just brush it all the way through to make sure that every strand is nice and coated. Okay, so now we're going to section off our hair and do a blowout, and this isn't going to be a really time-consuming, very thorough blowout, but we needed to do this because in order to get our hair to stay in that really deep side part, it needs to be blow dried that way. Maybe some of you have hair that is incredible and you can just part it on the side and flip it over and it stays. Most of us, though, we need to just create that shape with the heat. So I'm going to do a really rough blow dry using a 3-inch round brush on the bottom, and then when I get to the top layer, I'm going to pick which side of my hair that I want my deep part to be on, and I'm going to make sure that everything is blown over that direction. You don't want to just have your hair be dry and then do the part because it's just not going to stay. So since we put in the Thickefy foam and we have the heat protected Trilliant spray in, we need to make, these are important things. You have to start with great styling products, and then you have to blow dry your hair in the direction of the part that you want it to go, especially since we're doing all of these curls over to one side. You just kind of want to make sure your hair is fully prepped, fully ready, and that it's the shape that we want it to be before we put the rollers in next. Okay, so now comes the fun part. Now that our hair is completely dry and we've already put most of it over, just make sure that part is straight and in the direction that you want it to be in, and then section off your hair because now we get to use rollers. And I'm going to be very honest with you, this was new for me. I haven't used hot rollers since I was probably 11 and using my mom's just for fun, but I know so many of you love rollers, use them, think they're great, and so I was very excited to do this tutorial and kind of pick these back up. I am using these Remington ones. They were very inexpensive and they're fantastic. I love them so much. I'll put the link below. You have to get them. The price is insane and they work so well. Okay, so now that our hair is sectioned off, here's where we're actually going to start doing it. Take about 1 inch to 1.5 inches of hair, depending on the size of the rollers that you're using. I used medium and large rollers. And then before you wrap any hair around the curler, I'm going to take this Sebastian Professional Shine Define. It's like a flexible hold hairspray. If you don't have this product, I recommend it. But take any other flexible holding hairspray and spray that on the strand. This ensures that the curl holds. So it's going to hold that curl while it's heating. This makes the world of a difference, you guys. I did this 3 times without using the Shine Define, and every time I had it, I'm just going back and redoing it because it just needs to have something on there that the curl can hold on to and actually stay put especially as we move into the step after we take the curlers out. So hugely important step, use the Shine Define to make sure that the curl is going to stay. So just go around, pin your entire head. If you've never used hot rollers before, a couple of suggestions. Put it in your hair, go all the way down to the bottom, and just kind of like make sure that you have all the ends rolled in. If you don't have the ends rolled under as well, you're going to end up with some like very weird shapes at the end that you'll probably have to kind of touch back up with the curling iron. So just do your entire head, go slowly. Like I said, this took me 3 or 4 times before I finally got it to look like the way I wanted it to. So don't get frustrated, but I'm totally sold on rollers now. These are they save so much time. You know, like you can put them on, do your makeup, put them on and do something else, do some work, and then your hair is good to go in 15 minutes. So just make sure that you do your entire head in these rollers, alternating between the medium and the large. Okay, so now we are going to just unravel the curls one by one. You'll see you have a nice, tight, kind of wide fringlet curl, and it's staying that way because of the Shine Define hairspray that we put in it already. So just take your time with this, just unravel them nice and slowly, don't rip them out. Like that one fell, and you'll see I almost kind of ruined the shape. So just take your time, don't rush this process. It only takes maybe 35 seconds, but just take each of them out really slowly, nice and individually. Okay, so now we have our hair entirely out and down, and our curls are nice and tight still. But now we kind of want to just brush them out. Take a paddle brush or a wide tooth comb and just slowly brush through the curls. Don't rip out, your hair, and also don't undo all of the curls that you have in there. So you just kind of want to very slowly brush through the entire head of curls, sweeping everything over to the side that you want your hair to be on. So remember, we're working everything into just one side of our hair. So just always make sure that you're brushing the curls backwards away from your face, and that you are bringing the whole head of hair over to that one side. And because we have this hairspray in there, it's going to keep it shaped really nicely. So what we're really trying to do is kind of accomplish one big even curl on the one side of our hair. So just kind of evenly brush your hair and mold it into one shape. Because we have all of this hairspray in there, and because the hot rollers curls the hair so evenly, you'll have no problem. You're not going to lose the shape of your hair. Don't be afraid to kind of manipulate it a little bit to make it the shape that you want it to be. Okay, so take your comb and kind of just play with the hair again, making sure it's all the right shape that you want it to be. And then take a pomade, or I'm going to use the Microweb, put a tiny, tiny amount on your fingers, rub it through your fingertips, and then just kind of rub it into the ends of the curl. This is going to help to make sure that the curl stays in place for hours and hours on end. Finally, finish it off with a nice hairspray. This is a Sebastian Professional Brushable hairspray. Just finish it off just to make sure that this thing is not going to move at all during the course of your night or your event. And that's really all there is to it.